Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're admiring the bounty of the Yucatan as Mr. Yo, playing as the Blue Celts, prepares to take on Slam, playing as the Red Britons. Now while their players herd their ample herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now the Celts are very much a civilization built around the need for speed. Their lumberjacks work faster, which is great because they need lots and lots of wood for their primary focus, which is siege. Celtic siege workshops work faster, their siege units fire faster, and all siege workshop units can be upgraded to get a massive 40% boost to their HP. Now, coming back to the need for speed, Celtic infantry do move faster than normal starting in Feudal. Their castles and towers can be upgraded to fire faster, and their unique unit, the Woad Raider, is the second fastest infantry unit in the game and comes with a good HP amount and a very strong attack. Now, in order to support a hungry, growing population, Celts can convert and steal enemy herdables even if the enemy is standing right next to them. So Slam here, our Red Briton, has to be very, very careful, although at the moment, Mr. Yo not exactly out on the map just yet. Opposing our Celt, we've got, as I mentioned, Slam as the Red Britons, a civilization built around supporting its ranged units. Their archery ranges work 20% faster. Their foot archers, except for skirmishers, come with extra range starting in Castle and Imperial. And by the way, if that's not enough range for you, you can actually upgrade all archers, rather foot archers, to get even more range. Now, all of this range is fantastic news for the Britons because their unique unit is the longbow. This is an overall decent foot archer that comes with a massive 12 range when fully upgraded. Briton Trebs are also some of the most deadly and powerful in the game because they can be upgraded to do blast damage and have 100% accuracy against stationary targets like castles, towers, and town centers. Now, in order for the Britons to support their military population, their town centers cost 50% less wood, and their shepherds work 25% faster. Looks like Slam here has already found and taken a turkey of his opponent, although Turkey needs to be careful here not to move too close to the town center. Oh, Turkey gets converted, returned back to whence it came. Now, while the players continue building their settlements, both players sitting at the exact same villager and military supply, let's zoom out and see the bases that they find themselves spawning in. Mr. Yo here, primary gold a little bit to the front, primary stone a little bit to the front as well. Lots and lots of wooded areas for him to wall off, except to the eastern portion of his base. Slam in a much better situation here, primary stone in the back, primary gold very much in the back, and also easier to wall off. So base advantage here and location of primary resources here goes very much in Slam's favor. Now, if you're not familiar with the map Yucatan and you're wondering why the hell are there so many geese, let me explain to you very, very briefly what this map is all about. Think about this map as an Arabia map with lots of bigger forests, lakes in the middle. I'm going to zoom out so you can see a nice ring of lakes, or rather a row of lakes. And in terms of food, a lot more food. We're talking about 8 starting deer, not 1, but 2 berry patches. So overall 12 berry bushes altogether. I believe 15 turkeys, although I'm only 99.9% sure about that. Should be 15 turkeys and 3 huntables, in this case javelinas, as opposed to the usual 2 boars, javelinas, rhinos, elephants, whatever it is that comes on whatever map you are playing. So lots and lots more food, allowing players to basically go pretty bonko very early on with all of the extra nutrition and nutrients that their armies will get. Slam on 19 villagers, building 1 more, still needs 200 food to go up to Feudal. Mr. Yo, though, take a look, already up to Feudal, about 1 minute and 20 seconds away. Looks like Slam is trying to convert a few of these geese. They wobble, or turkeys. Oh, sorry, turkeys. I don't know why I said geese. But they're going to wobble, gobble their way back under the town center. And now Slam is moving in. This is why he's not up to Feudal Age yet. Some food and gold invested in some militias who are now trying to bust their way into this wood line. At risk, we have 4 villagers, though at the moment they don't really seem to care because they know they can just turn around and repair this little palisade part in a second. Slam really just hoping here that Mr. Yo's micro for a split second. His attention will be distracted so that he can attack those villagers. Of course, he is not playing a low elo player. Mr. Yo, 2,700 elo is no doubt very capable of withstanding this kind of attack. Mr. Yo is now in Feudal, getting the man-at-arms upgrade for his barracks. Does he actually have? He has 3 militias streaming across the map at the 9-minute mark of the game. Let's see if they can do any kind of counter damage, or I wouldn't even say counter damage because this is not doing damage, period. Let's say just any kind of counter insurgency here, counter distraction. Finds a house. House will come under attack. Okay, maybe he'll get a bit more damage using his bipedal infantry than Slam will, who is now 5 seconds away from hitting Feudal. Let's see what he decides to do once he does on the back of 1 extra villager. Immediately puts down a archery range. Not a shock. We are, of course, watching a Briton play. Turkey moves out. Turkey gets stuffed. But only 1 villager here. A second joins, a bunch of them already hunting deer. House does go down. Mr. Yo here doing a lot more damage with his little tiny feudal army than Slam is doing with his even littler and even tinier Dark Age army, who are now escaping to the north. Not too sure where they're going. 2 archers will be able to shoo off away this entire force. Slam trying to catch this scout cap, trying to catch Mr. Yo, not paying attention in 2 different locations. Tries to Viper Wall him in. I mean, Slam obviously doesn't see this. We do with our caster God's Eye view. But let's see if he's successful. No, Mr. Yo, Mr. Yo knows that's exactly why this villager is there. Now the villager is going to get surrounded, but that villager is bait. Slam, Mr. Yo takes the bait and loses 1 man-at-arms. Our first kill of the game going to not only Slam, but Slam's town center. 1 total kill. Undeterred, continuing to bust his way in. Let's see what infrastructure our Red Briton is putting up now. A blacksmith going up for him. A blacksmith going up for our Celt, who already has that archery range. Remember, we saw him pumping out archers before. 4 archers in total, a 5th one on the way. There he is. Should be able to absolutely shoo this entire force away. 0 kills on these guys. 0 damage done here. So 1 man-at-arms for 1 house. I leave it up to you. I leave it up to your imagination to decide who here got the better trade. For now, though, Mr. Yo's army is a little bit stuck in a corner here. You guys all know my opinions about nooks like this. They are fantastic for raiding, but they can very quickly become kill boxes if you're not careful enough. And Mr. Yo here not microing because he is busy over here. That club did nothing. These archers get all 3 kills of a scout and 2 militias. And over here, Slam, after losing his first archer, evens up the kill count with 5 to 5. No villagers killed just yet for either player. And our Briton is now moving out. Let's see what he can get done. If anything, a blue force of archers already in position to welcome him back to Mr. Yo's base. And one of the cooler features of this kind of map, because it is bisected by water, sometimes you'll see docks, sometimes you'll see wall offs. Again, this is much easier to wall off, for example, than this. So players sometimes opt to go for a wall off that's a little bit further away from their town center, making it much, much harder to defend, but overall a little bit more effective. Slam continuing the wall off to the north of his base. His buildings are quite clumped. He's not very expansive. No farms for him just yet. Obviously, no need. Again, Yucatan coming with a plethora of different options for eating and gorging yourself on the meat of the land. Mr. Yo with a very far marketplace. Take a look at Mr. Yo's build, by the way. Look how far the buildings, the structures are from one another. And then take a look at Slam. This is the build of a defensive player. He wants to see his shoulders are hunched. He's expecting to be attacked. This part is walled off all the way, so no need to worry about that. So his north is now completely secure. Mr. Yo, on the other hand, saying, I don't really mind it. Get aggressive. I don't really care. I'll try to defend as best I can, but I'll probably be the one who's putting on the pressure with my 6 archers out on the map. A scout leading the way does miss these 4 archers to the south. How the hell are you supposed to know they're there? And now let's see. There's a bit of a. I thought this was for some reason I thought this unit was this dot on the minimap was moving. Mr. Yodo sensing, smelling something is up, sends 2 villagers off the production line. Unfortunately for them, these archers are going to get here first. They are probably going to loose a few arrows on these villagers. 6 archers to 5 HP difference, not that great because one of Mr. Yo's archers is quite damaged. Although more veteran archer units going to Mr. Yo here. Slam hitting castle first. Mr. Yo still about a minute and a half away. That's one of the cool things about Yucatan. Just the, again, abundance of resources makes it so much easier and going up to castle so much quicker. Oh, let's see if we have a bit of a altercation here between 5 Briton crossbows and 6 Feudal Age Celtic archers. Or will they just continue to run away? For now, more reinforcements streaming from our Briton, who continues to wall himself off, with this time with a university. 12 crossbows descending upon the Celtic settlement. We'll see what they can get done. The wall off is already complete, but palisades do not last long against crossbows. 3, 2, 1. Mr. Yo's in castle. Let's see what we're working with the second he hits. He is not researching anything just yet. Loses all the archers there, but does manage to get 1 crossbow for the troubles. Mr. Yo here, not too concerned. Not building any response here except for a siege workshop. 1 villager being built at a time. No other army, really. Mangonel immediately on the production tab. No big surprise there. And like I said, aside from these palisades, the rest of this wall off is completely safe. By the time these crossbows do any kind of serious damage to this house, Mr. Yo will already have the Mangonel out. By the way, where is it? Okay, it's 90% done. Gets Viper walled over here. Oh, Slam not paying attention. Okay, does manage to move the crossbow, being very annoying. Second town center going up for Mr. Yo. What a beautiful location for this town center. Gold to the left, gold to the right, a good amount of space for farming. Slam, though, has walked himself straight into a corner. Let's take a look at his micro, how long he'll be able to dodge. Not long at all. Oh, man. Mangonel is just so much fun to watch, especially when they're taking out crossbows. But 8 range on these crossbows compared to the 7 of the Mangonel make them a little bit of a tougher nut to chew here, especially when there's 8. Let's see. Armies closing in on each other. Will Slam engage? Will he try to tickle away the HP of his opponent? A knight and a crossbow and another knight moving in to reinforce. Beautiful use of the range here by Slam. A lot of players are either impatient or they don't think to do it, or they just get a little bit too close. But the whole point of the Britons is to use their range. There was a live stream that I did. Uh-oh. Gets just the tip here. There was a live stream that I casted about, I want to say 4 or 5 days, maybe a week ago, where there was a person playing the Britons, fully upgraded longbows, 12 range on them. And what did this player do? He moved 7 tiles away from his opponent. I don't know. To me, that kind of stuff is a little upsetting, because again, you do have 12 range for a reason. And now Slam has been basically forced to continue the assault inside the base by being walled in, but Knights versus Palisade not going to last a long time here, already under fire, and it's down. So, fun attempt here by Mr. Yo to try to block his opponent from going out of the base, getting him stuck, dealing with that Mangonel. And second one on the way, by the way. Unfortunately for him, Knights are out and managed to absolutely destroy that Palisade. Oh my god, Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo has it stuck in his craw that he wants to lock Slam in here. These Knights have to be careful. Only 9 villagers in the town center, but 2 town centers firing on them. Early Castle Age Knights, not exactly a very tanky unit, so he might actually lose all 3 of these Oh my god, what a loss here for our Red Briton. Like I always say, I see players engaging under town centers with knights a lot in the early castle age of stage of the game. They are not that tanky yet. Where he's building one more, no doubt going to stream it forward. Let's take an opportunity to look at Slam's base, congested as it was before. A second, or rather a third, after this second town center, and a fourth going up, making use of that awesome Briton bonus of 50% less wood cost for town centers. Slam, with 5 villagers on stone, has so far been able to afford 4 town centers down in villagers, although I don't expect that to last much longer. Not far behind, though, Mr. Yo, also with a 4th town center. Amazing how the players think alike. But this is what I was talking about. Take a look. 100 HP and 2 Pierce Armor. That is not going to last against 1, let alone 2 town centers filled with 15 plus villagers. Mr. Yo, of course, sees this move in. Let's see if he manages to get a good attack round. No, decides to shoot us away with a monk. Counters the annoying knight play. By the way, they also move super slow. 1.35 for a cavalry unit. Slam, though, exploring the map. Not a bad idea. He's going to discover that Mr. Yo is actually quite open here. Mr. Yo, there's a lot of macaws on this map, by the way. This very colorful bird moving north, moving west, moving south. Does Slam see that this is open? Yeah, he sees that it's open. So he might actually venture into here through the north. Mr. Yo doesn't seem to have realized. I mean, it must be an oversight because he's walled in every other aspect of his base. Except for here. Very open, very exposed. This is uncharacteristic here by Mr. Yo, who's usually pretty damn good at creating an entire contained wall-off city for himself. Scorpion out as well, but with the lower range, I'm not too sure this is the right unit, especially with only 40 HP. Okay. Yeah. Does manage to get a kill or two, but then, oh, Knight's taking a shot to the face. But again, engaging under town center, I get that you want to get rid of the mangonel, but look at how bad they are at taking town center fire. Doesn't even get rid of the mangonel. Oh no, another 2 knights, another 3 knights lost here for our Red Briton, who sees the opening, but for some reason is not yet choosing to exploit it. 84 villagers to 78, as I suspected, with the 4th town center up ahead of his opponent. But now Mr. Yo with a very defensive castle. Oh, mangoes. Oh my goodness, so little HP on this mangonel. Luckily, Defender's Advantage gives him a huge amount of villagers that can be used to repair it. Will he get the convert on the crossbow? Yes, he does, but the monk needs to run away. He's going to die very quick unless he garrisons. Amazing defense here by Mr. Yo. I mean, Slam just using small clumps of units piecemeal. 1 unit here, 1 unit there, throwing away way too many knights. Like I said, they're not going to die immediately, but town centers are pretty damn good at killing knights. These mangonels have to get the hell out of here. This castle's at 90%. He knows that, or at least he should suspect based on his HP. And now he's going to lose both of these mangonels, I suspect. Yeah. Okay, Slam overstayed his welcome, but there is yet again another knight inside the base. Does die, whether deleted or to town center fire. I don't know quite yet. And somehow Slam continuing to go knights. 3 knights on the field, 100 villagers to the 86 of his opponent. And Slam, by the way, has created a small little enclave here where he continues to pump out siege units. Are you really going siege against the Celts? Very interesting strategy. 3 minutes away from Imperial is our Red Briton, who is now building, what, 108 villagers to the 91 of his opponent. Mr. Yo has stopped building all villagers, but is now also going up to Imperial, about 20 or so, 25 seconds behind his opponent. Not the end of the world. Slam looking to control the map here. He's already controlling this part to the southeast of Mr. Yo's base. Now he's going to control the land immediately due east, which will leave Mr. Yo with really only 1 avenue of attack through the blacksmith. Slam continuing to push through. 15 army supply to 4. Mr. Yo getting infantry. Okay, infantry upgrades. I wonder what we'll see out of him, whether it's going to be Woad Raiders or something out of the barracks. Archer armor and stone mining for Slam. He's got 11 villagers on stone with stone mining. I wonder if he wants to keep pushing in with castles. I wonder if we'll see longbows as well. Lots of big questions, lots of answers, hopefully forthcoming very, very soon. 34 minutes into the game. I was about to say both players look like they have a good, healthy villager count, although Mr. Yo slightly below his opponent, continuing to get infantry upgrades, chainmail armor, arson. I guess handcart is a good time to get a handcart now as well off the back of 100 villagers. Not bad for his own part. Regarding squires, we're getting handcart as well, heavy plow. Okay, both players are basically going to enter Imperial Age with some pretty damn good economic upgrades and some pretty damn good infantry upgrades. Although at the moment, Mr. Yo ahead with 2 defensive upgrades to 0 of his opponent. Mangonel has to be very careful. So careful, in fact, that it died. Oh, but he gets 2 knights in exchange. Not too sure who came out on top there. And now he wants to remove the vision of his opponent. 2 castles here for our Celt. Woad Raiders are in production. That's why we're seeing all these upgrades. Forging done. Conscription going to finish. So these Woad Raiders are going to be created a little bit faster. Slam another castle. And let's see what kind of progress he can make here. Again, he has the army supply, but I'm not sure anymore. It's the better army. Woad Raiders closing the distance. Oh, they're so quick. They're so fast, evading those attack rounds. Okay, but there's... Oh, sorry, guys. I hit my microphone. I'm so excited. There's a bit of infantry here backed up by a castle. What are the upgrades on... I'm trying to click on these men-at-arms. Only a +1 still. Now they're going to be upgraded to long swordsmen. Okay. Longbows are out as well. Range 9. Even without all the fully upgrade, that range is just ridiculous. Elite Woad Raider upgrade just finished, so these guys are going to be pretty damn quick, pretty damn tanky, pretty damn strong, as long as he continues getting the upgrades. Okay, iron casting being researched as well. Mr. Yo grabbing the gold to the north, but look at the mini-map. Slam has just expanded, and now he's moving in, choosing to go infantry against our siege/infantry civilization here. How many trebs for Mr. Yo? 0. Another castle here by Slam. My goodness, he is looking to just establish control and dominate the entire center of the map. He wants to make sure Mr. Yo has nowhere to expand to. Okay, Woad Raiders take a little bit of a mangonel shot to the face, but they continue. They're going to get all those villagers. This castle is not going to go up at least for the immediate future. And this is what I was talking about. Why is your longbow with 9 range standing 3 tiles away from a Woad Raider? That Woad Raider is going to eviscerate that longbow unless a huge body of 2-handed swordsmen comes in. Then not so much. Slam deciding to cancel the castle. Will he rebuild? Will he try to reposition it somewhere else? Rebuilds it here very defensively. Okay, so Slam's strategic thinking is shifting a little bit, it seems, from the aggressive pressure putter to the I want to build my massive economy and have it safe from Woad Raiders, because as you know, based on their name, these guys are clearly designed to raid. Take a look at their speed. 1.38, 13 base attack. Slams castle up just in the nick of time. They're still going to be annoying to deal with. At the same time, he is moving in as well, although for some bizarre... Oh my god. These town centers are just absolutely wrecking anything that comes into their little circle of death, whether it's a knight, whether it's a crossbow. Okay, Woad Raiders will be cleaned up except for these 3 here, because of course no player ever gets murder holes. Champions we're going to see in a minute. Okay. Beautiful split here by Slam to make sure these Woad Raiders can't get the surround on the Treb. He knew exactly what Mr. Yo is doing, but these Woad Raiders are chewing through anything and everything. My God, what a tanky unit, but numbers don't lie, and numbers very clearly go to Mr. Yo to slam. 50 army supply to 14. Unless he keeps getting the converts, unless these 15 villagers in the town center are going to continue shelling away, but they are champions now. Take a look at their armor, 4-5, but no attack upgrades just yet, except the +1. Finally, iron casting going, being researched, but now the Woad Raiders are fully upgraded. 17 attack, 3 melee, 5 pierce armor at a movement speed of 1.38. I mean, we've seen them taking on Viking champions. Take a look at the speed of the champions, 0.99. The champions choosing this moment to engage. What is this one blue dot? A random scout from the beginning of the game. Oh man, good engage for our red Briton. Unfortunately for him, he's firing under right underneath a castle. Mr. Yo might be in trouble here. He invested significantly into infantry upgrades. Now he's pivoting to light cavalry against champions. But these champions are taking a lot of castle fire. This is very unfortunate here for Slam. Get into the immediate vicinity yesterday is what he needs to do. Lost his trebs also. Oh my God, we've got a trebless game here. Briton Briton champions trying to take down a +6 attack bonus against buildings. But the Woad Raiders keep popping out 1 at a time, 2 at a time, and so that the champions are gone, and Mr. Yo holds. The castle is still alive and well. The problem for him, though, he's got to clear up this infrastructure, at the very least, this siege workshop, and then he's going to run into another set of castles here. But does he care? He's getting the stone to the north. He's getting the gold to the northwest. Literally only one last patch of unmined resources here, and Mr. Yo has already preemptively planted his flag up there. What villagers are going? Are they just these 3? I don't see hammers in their hands. Oh, no, yeah, I do. There they are. They're there, the hammers. It's interesting that all the villagers are right-handed in Age of Empires, something I did not notice before. Probably because I never zoomed in so much, but yeah. Isn't that interesting that all the villagers are right-handed, except for when it comes to pickaxes? Then they look like they're left-handed. I don't know. It might be a huge mistake here by the developers. I am, of course, just kidding. An outpost for our Britons. We'll see literally everything here, and Slam, hopefully for his sake, reacts. But now the Woad Raiders are going to shred through this entire infrastructure. Hopefully Slam has a number of houses needed to sustain his population. Not too sure about the location of this castle. Wonder why it's here. I mean, he's got the stone to defend over here, but not exactly a busy thoroughfare part of the map. Not exactly a lot of movement here. Slam walling everything off, now taking the resources for himself. He knows exactly what Mr. Yo is trying to do. Stables for both players, light cav for both players, ballistics for Mr. Yo. A huge number of upgrades being researched for these cavalry from the Britons. But he needs that final attack upgrade. He needs, Mr. Yo already got it. It's a 100-second research time for it. Oh no, and now the, now the harassment begins. Slam here to the north, completely unprepared, has a town center, is trying to wall off the gold at the very least so that he can continue mining it. He's basically broke when it comes to gold. And this is the moment Mr. Yo chooses to push out. No trebuchets, no siege whatsoever. Off the back of 39 Woad Raiders as he's trying to bust his way through the center here. Oh man, champions are going to put up a pretty decent fight, but they are just going to get swarmed. Slam does not have the numbers. Army supply has completely reversed. A complete 180. King of the Hill Castle here. Beautiful location. Cuts off this entire avenue if Slam ever wants to explore or explode to the north. The problem for Mr. Yo is he's throwing away way too many Woad Raiders. Castle doing the best it can. Does manage to get only 1 on the retreat, which is fantastic for our blue Celt. And where are you guys going? You don't know there's houses here. Now you do. Oh, and a combo of Woad Raiders and villagers. But the Woad Raiders snuck in with the villagers. Now these light cav absolutely cannot engage. Slam pulls almost every single gold mining villager to finish walling off this part of the map. What are you getting attacked by? Finally, somebody has a trebuchet at the 51-minute mark of the game. Attack upgrades still not great. Man, Woad Raiders are just so freaking powerful. 17 attack compared to a 7. Literally 10 higher attack and 20 more HP. The speed, by the way, is also comparable. Well, actually, no, never mind. Not with husbandry. Maybe before husbandry, the speed could have been comparable. But uh-oh. Fully garrisoned town center to the north. Fully garrisoned town center to the south. Slam doing a fantastic job pulling these Woad Raiders into a bunch of town center fire, which they otherwise wouldn't take. But he is being raided all over the place by Woad Raiders. 66 army supply. And Mr. Yo continues to move out here in the center, taking town center fire. Doesn't care if he loses 1, 2, maybe even 3 of these guys. Oh, look at you retreating. We have a coward Woad Raider running away. Where are you going? Okay, going back to the fold, and now Slam is in serious trouble. He's being pummeled here to the north with a ram. Light cav are not what you want to use to bust down a castle. Good amount of champions. He's somehow managed to have 40 army supply, but how much of it is here? Basically 19 of it is here, meaning that the center is completely undefended. This is the moment he decides to build a treb. That treb gets immediately sniped and hunted down by these Woad Raiders who are now going after his relics. Muck might want to convert something before they pounce on him. Nope, never mind. Slam just taps out. Wow. Mr. Yo just absolutely wrecking the contain that Slam tried to create. And even though Slam's all over the map, take a look at this. Take a look at the mini map. He has exploded everywhere despite his first, like I called it, a congested base. He has just exploded all over the map, but Mr. Yo taking the very edges, leaving the center to Slam. Did manage to take down the 2 castles here. And wow, what a fun game. The Britons just a little bit too slow to get up to that fully upgraded light cav unit of theirs. Remember, no hussars for the Britons makes it very, very hard for them to defend late stage aggression, especially again by a unit that has a 17 attack and a 5 attack bonus against buildings, which means that these houses, that siege workshop, did not stand a chance. My goodness, let's take a look at the stats. Mr. Yo killed 343 Britons. The Britons killed 238 Celts, almost 100 civilian kills, probably majority of them towards the end of the game. If I had to guess, 41 kills by Slam, probably the earlier stages of the game when he was running amok with his crossbows. 201 Woad Raiders, 162 champions, APM for both players. Not super duper taxing. A fairly relaxed game for both, I would say. Relic gold, almost identical. Wow. So even though Slam got more relics, so the third one must have come in a little bit late. Resources also less than 10% apart. A lot more wood for our Briton. No shock there, although maybe a shock. Remember, Celtic Lumberjacks do work 15% faster. Food count in favor of our Celt. Gold count almost identical. Stone count almost identical. Man, what an absolutely close game. But Mr. Yo, by the way, this is still not walled off, which I wonder if Mr. Yo knows / cares about, but ignoring the center location, choosing instead to build a smaller army here of a few Woad Raiders. And where the hell is this Treb? I guess the Treb got destroyed. Yeah, there's a bunch of bodies here evidencing that, or maybe they were here. Woad Raiders for the win here, 46 of them in total, absolutely wrecking everything in their path, although with numbers, champions should be able to hold the line pretty damn well. And Mr. Yo breaks the contain, explores the outer perimeter of the map, says, you know what, I like this avenue of attack, builds 1 castle, builds a 2nd castle, builds a very aggressive siege workshop, and then lastly, the nail in the coffin, this castle right here although it only managed to get one town center. Now, all of a sudden, there is a base of operations right inside Slam's base. He loses control of the last gold mine. I think it's the last gold mine that he has. Let's take a look for a quick second. Slam 0 villagers on gold. Not enough stone for castle. Oh, that is so annoying. 13 stone away. Do you really want to buy 100 stone when you're 13 stone away? Woad Raiders to the east. Siege Rams and Woad Raiders to the center. Now there's another army of Woad Raiders coming in. He's going to lose control of his gold generating relics. He's going to lose control of his gold mine. And Slam, with no more ability to build anything beyond, what, 12 champions, is now completely gutted. His villager supply down significantly. 40 of them are basically hiding, quivering in their boots, waiting for the Celtic onslaught. And Mr. Yo, with the fast raiding unit here, again, the Woad Raider lives up to its name. Mr. Yo, despite the fact that Slam was putting on so much heavy aggression in the early and middle part of the game, breaks the contain, takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.